Hello everyone. Today I've created this video with the main objective to give you an idea to the students and the lawyers regarding jurisprudence. First of all, I would like to remove this idea from your mind that jurisprudence is a philosophy. It is not so. Jurisprudence is a basic concept which is very logical and helps you to think. Jurisprudence, this word, has been derived from two words, juris and prudence. Juris means law and prudence means knowledge. So jurisprudence is knowledge of law. Sir Ivor Jennings, he gave a brilliant definition. He said, the task which many writers on jurisprudence attempt to fulfill in defining law is a futile one. Henceforth, what he means to say is that there is no definition of any law. Thereby, nowhere is law defined because it is very relative. And you would have seen, as it is in Indian Penal Code, crimes is not defined. In the Code of Civil Procedure, civil is not defined. Why is it so? Because definition is an interpretation of a single individual. And this is why you would have seen in most of the cases or in all the cases, whenever a definition is given, whenever you read a definition, it always has the source as to from where, who defined it and from where it comes. Because it is an interpretation, it is not a fixed rule. Now the question which comes is, why do we need jurisprudence or why do we read jurisprudence? The simple answer to this is given by Mr. C.F. Dicey. He said, most of the lawyers, they think that they are very logical, they deal the cases very logically, so they do not need the philosophy of jurisprudence. And he said this is wrong. He said jurisprudence main motive is to combine jurisprudential thinking and lawyers thinking together, because that will help in proper reasoning, and reasoning will give logic, and logic will finally give proper arguments and proper framing of any issue in the court, which will help in delivery of proper justice. Now, the question which comes is, jurisprudence, this word, why is this word used? And it has a very interesting answer, that jurisprudence word, this long word in itself, has been created on the grounds of euphony alone. Euphony means something which is pleasant to hear. And this concept gives rise to the point that words and semantics play a very big role in law. Semantics means the game of words. How do you deal with words? So, if it is the legislature, they deal with words, they draft the law, they have debates in the parliament. If it is the lawyer who reads the bare act and who drafts and who argues in courts, deals with words. If it is a judge who listens and writes a judgment, deals in words. So it is always the game of words. And this has been given, this interpretation, this concept has been given by Lord Macmillan. And very simply he defines it, lawyer's business is with words. So the point which arises is that we are reading jurisprudence so that we understand its reasoning. I'll give you an example. The legislature which is there at the time, and it is given in jurisprudence, it's given that when a law is drafted and it is there in the courts and the courts are interpreting it, they tend to look at the reasoning of it. They tend to look at the intention of the legislature. Now this word intention, at this word, it is taken into consideration by the judges and they try to find out the intention, and that intention is confined towards as to whose intention. The person who were there in the parliament at the time of debating, all of them, or only the 3-4 persons who argued there, only them, or is it the intention of the persons who were absent on that particular debate in parliament, or is it the intention of the persons who finally wrote the words and drafted the law? These things don't have a definite answer, but they help you to reason out and to think what is the process and why a law is given. So finally, my conclusion is that as far as students are concerned, they should start thinking. When they read jurisprudence or any law, they should start thinking, and they should sit down and reach on to a logical analysis that why this law would have been drafted or why it was there. And secondly, it will help them to reason out things which will make them better lawyers and judges in the future. And now, very humbly, my message to all the practicing advocates is that when they're arguing in courts, what they can do is to simplify the law for the judges. They can read the Bare Act, because a Bare Act has a law, any section which has so many words, and it has a definition as per the language. If the Bare Act is in English, then the English dictionaries will have a meaning of each and every word. That should be simplified and that should be explained to the judge, which will help in proper understanding of the law and proper delivery of justice and proper functioning of the system. Thank you so much. For more information, you can visit my website www.siliconlaws.com.